The introduction to haunted castles, by exploring their historical and cultural significance, sets the foundation for understanding why these enigmatic structures capture our fascination. Haunted castles are typically described as centuries-old edifices with ghost stories and legends, often characterized by eerie atmospheres and supernatural occurrences. The allure of these sites stems not only from their architectural grandeur, but also from the rich tapestry of history they embody. Combined with the mystery of the paranormal, the significance of haunted castles in the context of our exploration lies in their dual role as heritage sites and vessels of cultural folklore. From a historical perspective, these castles often serve as tangible links to the past, offering insights into the architectural styles, ways of life, and societal structures of bygone eras. Culturally, the legends and ghost stories associated with them enrich our understanding of local traditions, beliefs, and superstitions. Take, for instance, the infamous Chillingham Castle in England. Widely regarded as one of the most haunted castles in the United Kingdom, Chillingham offers visitors both a glimpse into medieval life and a chance to experience its notorious ghostly inhabitants, such as the Blue Boy. Another example is Bran Castle in Romania, often linked to the Dracula legend. While its connection to Vlad the Impaler is tenuous, the castle remains a cultural beacon, blending history with mythology and attracting those intrigued by the vampire lore. Supporters of these ideas often argue that haunted castles are important for tourism and local economies, drawing visitors eager for spine-tingling experiences. However, some historians and skeptics challenge the authenticity of ghost stories, viewing them as embellishments detracting from the castle's architectural and historical importance. Others highlight potential ethical concerns about the commercialization of tragic historical events. Despite these challenges, haunted castles significantly influence contemporary narratives about the supernatural. They serve as inspiration for literature, films, and art, perpetuating the intertwine of history and imagination. In relation to other aspects of the main topic, these castles are a gateway to exploring broader themes of fear, the unknown, and humanity's fascination with the afterlife. They compel us to question what we value more, the tangible past or the thrilling mysteries, and how these elements coexist in our quest to connect with history. By unraveling their stories, we uncover not only the architecture of walls, but also the architecture of myths and memories that endure through the ages. The concept of the evolution of castles, from residences to ruins, embodies a historical transformation where grand and formidable structures, once bustling with nobility and servitude, gradually faded to silent, haunting remnants. Originally, castles were constructed as fortified residences that demonstrated power, provided defense, and encapsulated the essence of medieval aristocracy. Over centuries, warfare, political stability shifts, and advances in military technology rendered many of these architectural marvels obsolete, and they slowly decayed into ruins enveloped in mystery and legend. This evolution is significant as it underscores the dynamic nature of historical architecture and society's ever-changing needs, effectively bridging the past's grandeur with the mystique that permeates these abandoned relics today. Looking through history's lens, consider the Château de Pierrefonds in France, an exemplary illustration of evolving utility. Originally built in the late 14th century and later dismantled in the 17th century, it lay in ruins before receiving a 19th century restoration by architect Viollet-le-Duc, revealing how ruins can shift between states of decay and revitalization. Similarly, Scotland's Dunnottar Castle stands as a testament to time's passage. With roots tracing back to the early medieval period, its occupation by nobility ended in the 18th century, marking its decline to a fascinating structure attracting countless historians and tourists. Opinions surrounding the significance of these transitions abound. Many historians argue that the romanticization of ruins enriches cultural narratives and fosters a deeper appreciation of heritage. In contrast, some preservationists debate to what extent castles should be restored or left in decay, weighing historical authenticity against commercial interests. There's an ongoing discussion on whether restoration enhances or detracts from the enchantment and historical value of these sites. A crucial challenge in this evolution is preservation, striking a balance between maintaining structural integrity for safety while honoring the original edifice's historical authenticity. Controversially, some argue that this restoration can erase the very stories that abandonment silently tells. Alternative viewpoints suggest that modernization can breathe new life into these ruins, making them relevant for contemporary society. This evolution from regal residences to haunting ruins connects deeply with the narrative of the haunted chronicles of abandoned castles. The life cycle of these structures, from conception, grandeur, decline, and eventual haunting allure, serves not just as a historical account, but also as a medium exploring societal themes, such as decay, memory, and legacy, making the study of their transitions quintessential to understanding both their immediate environments and broader cultural implications. Ghost stories and legends. Attributing hauntings refers to the practice of associating ghostly occurrences in abandoned castles with specific historical tales and myths. This concept is central to the enchanting lore surrounding these ancient structures and is crucial for understanding why these places are often perceived as haunted. Such stories often stem from tragic or mysterious events in the castle's history, becoming embedded in local folklore and fueling supernatural narratives. The significance of attributing hauntings lies in its ability to link the physical remnants of castles with the intangible realm of storytelling. This connection creates a rich tapestry of history and myth, weaving together past and present. It enhances the mystique of abandoned castles, transforming them from mere derelict buildings into intriguing portals to the past. This can captivate the imagination of historians, tourists, and paranormal enthusiasts alike, driving interest and exploration into these sites. Two specific examples illustrate this point. In Scotland, Glamis Castle is famously said to be haunted by the ghost of Lady Janet Douglas. Accused of witchcraft and burned at the stake in the 16th century, her spirit is believed to wander the corridors, enshrining the castle in legend. Similarly, Chillingham Castle in Northumberland is reputedly haunted by the Blue Boy, a figure said to cry out in anguish at night. Historical records of a child's skeleton discovered in the castle walls lend chilling credibility to this tale, blurring the lines between historical fact and spectral fiction. Proponents of these ghostly attributions argue that they preserve cultural heritage, offering deeper insights into the lives and times of those who once inhabited these castles. However, challenges arise in separating fact from fiction, as legends can sometimes overshadow documented history. Some skeptics point out that these stories might be embellishments or even fabrications intended to boost tourism and maintain public interest. This perspective raises questions about the ethical implications of perpetuating potentially unfounded tales. Despite these controversies, the attribution of hauntings influences the broader theme of the haunted chronicles of abandoned castles. By enriching the narrative landscape, it allows storytellers to explore themes of memory, loss, and the passage of time. As these ghost stories intersect with historical accounts, they invite audiences to ponder the mystery of what remains unseen yet powerfully felt, thereby deepening the engagement with the other aspects of the topic. Architectural features play a pivotal role in storytelling, particularly within the realms of haunted chronicles and abandoned castles. This concept revolves around the notion that architectural elements, such as towering spires, labyrinthine corridors, and crumbling parapets, not only define the physical structure of these castles, but also serve as conduits for narrative and atmospheric depth. These features are imbued with stories, histories, and legends, transforming them from mere structures into evocative symbols of mystery and the supernatural. In the context of haunted chronicles, the architecture of abandoned castles becomes a character in itself, setting the tone and mood for ghostly tales. For instance, the Gothic arches and hidden chambers of Hauska Castle in the Czech Republic contribute to its eerie reputation. This castle is often cited as one of the most haunted in Europe, with legends of demons and portals to hell intricately tied to its architecture. Similarly, the massive, drafty hallways and secret passageways of Scotland's Glamis Castle amplify its notorious stories of haunting spirits and cursed occupants. These architectural nuances not only complement but also enhance the rich tapestry of supernatural lore associated with such places. Supporters of this viewpoint argue that without the atmospheric presence of these architectural features, the tales of ghosts and legends might lack their compelling allure. The architecture provides a tangible, visual framework upon which stories can be built, drawing visitors and storytelling enthusiasts alike into a deeper engagement with the legends. However, this concept is not without controversy. Skeptics may argue that architectural features alone cannot sustain the narratives of haunting. Rather, it is the human imagination and cultural storytelling that breathe life into these structures. Moreover, restoration efforts can sometimes sanitize or alter these architectural elements, challenging the authenticity that many enthusiasts seek. Despite these challenges, architectural features undeniably influence other aspects of the haunted chronicles. They often serve as the focal points around which stories are woven, influencing the depiction of events and characters within these narratives. They also guide the exploration of themes such as decay, history, and the passage of time, enhancing our understanding of why these castles captivate the imagination, despite, or perhaps because of, their abandonment. Through this lens, the architecture of abandoned castles does not merely shelter tales, it actively shapes and perpetuates them, solidifying their place in the tapestry of haunted folklore.